Hey everybody, D9 from Dragon's Den Studios here tonight. Not coming at you from the den, but in my basement. I brought this home today. This is my Korg Karma that I have up for sale right now. Asking $500 for this beautiful vintage synthesizer. She's in amazing condition for her age, which is right around 20 to 21 years old, believe it or not. I think I bought this back in 2001 or 2002. I did tour with this board a little bit in the early 2000s with Route 9. But since then, it's been hanging out in the studio on a rack. And I use it occasionally for some of the patches that are in there that still sound really great. You can see aesthetically she's in great shape. The keyboard is perfect. All the keys are intact. Nothing's sticking. Nothing's holding. No chips. No staining across the board. Everything's great. This keyboard has a ROM expansion bay up here. It's a 6x6 bay. There's nothing in it, but just to show you that this is in great shape as well. Pop that open for you. Totally intact. Those pins are straight. There's nothing that's in there now, but if you can get a hold of some of those old boards, they will certainly fit right in there and work for you. I'm going to come down here. You can see that the 3.5-inch drive is intact. And the original factory preload data is in that drive. Come across the top, you can see the screen is intact as well. We don't have any dead pixels in there. One of the problems on the older Korgs is that the screens tend to start to go bad in lines, and you won't see it on this guy because that screen's in great shape. I'm going to pop through some of the menus just so you can see it switch. And everything is intact and looking good right now. Does have a 16-track sequencer on here if you're still looking for an onboard sequencer, and it still works for getting ideas down. All your parameter controls are over here, and this is, of course, where the Karma engine came from. So Korg, this was part of the Triton line back in the early 2000s, and they specialized it with this board to show off what they could do with this real-time variable performance modulator. This is something that's lived right on up to the current Cronus line. This arpeggiator still shows up, and although Korg has ditched it in the new Nautiluses, it's something that is a technology that they've continued to work with. The cool thing about the Karma is that as you play with it, it's going to listen to what you do and pick up and add drums and accompaniment parts. And if I leave that on latch, I can play over the top. And I'm just running through a pair of Alesis near-field monitors. Pretty flat response that I like to use just to check out gear every once in a while as well. Let's take a walk around the back. Still, she's in aesthetically perfect condition. I take care of my stuff. This is from a smoke-free home. You can see the old MIDI ports are still on good. Your assignable damper and your pedals back there. You've got two outs on the side in addition to your right and left. And then it has an external power supply, which is this big old ugly hoss back here. It is external, and these can be kind of hard to come by. This one's in great shape. There's no fraying where these usually go bad, as you can see, nothing there. And that is in perfect shape as well and ready to go. I also have the original manuals for the Karma, for both the basic guide and the parameter guide. And there it is. So this is up for sale right now for $500. I also have a molded hard shell SKB case that is foamed for this particular keyboard. I think it still has a bunch of tour stickers on it from the early 2000s. I'll throw that in for an extra $100 as well. And if you are interested, please shoot me a message. Have a wonderful evening.